Hi. All right, we're going to go through your week 6 daily language. So make sure you have a pen or a colored marker to make your corrections in. And press pause as you're making your corrections. So normally to make a verb in the past tense, you put an ed on it, but not always. So there are some verbs that are irregular, and this is one of them. We don't say I weared, we say I wore, and I needs to be capitalized. My new shirt for Uncle Ted's party. And Uncle Ted's should have an apostrophe S because the party belongs to Uncle Ted. A boy tripped. So this is a verb that we're trying to make in the past tense. And even though it sounds like a T sound, it's an ED. So a boy tripped. And if you notice, there's a double P here because remember we talked the last several weeks about when we double the final consonant before we add a suffix that has a vowel at the beginning, like an ed or an ing. So the word trip, if you remember, has one vowel and then one consonant. If a word ends in one vowel and one consonant, and you want to add a suffix that starts with a vowel, you have to double the final consonant. Like the word walk. If I wanted to say walked, I don't have to double anything. I can just put the ed on because there's already two consonants after the verb. Okay, so we kind of need a two consonant insulation before we add a suffix that starts with a vowel. And spilled, same thing. Spill has one vowel and one consonant, so you have to double it before you add the ed. Paint on not me shirt, on my shirt. Mom washed the shirt and then she re-washed it. You can't unwash something, but you can wash it again. Must have been really dirty. Underline the word that has the same root as the bold word. So able. Mom was able to get the paint out of my shirt because it was washable. Okay, so underline. Okay, so we'll just underline that one. My sister, now you're not giving your sister an actual name, so it's not a proper noun, so it should be lowercase s. My sister are, so with the singular subject, we always use is. My sister is a runner, and she runs races. So comma and. Because remember, my sister is a runner, it could be a sentence by itself. She runs races could be a sentence by itself. So we have to combine them with a comma and an and. My brother is a swimmer, but he does not race. Same thing. My brother is a swimmer could be a sentence by itself. He does not race could be a sentence by itself. Since we're combining them into one, we have to combine it with a comma and a but. And if you notice, swimmer is the same thing we talked about on the last day. You need to double the consonant. You have the word swim. Okay, the word swim ends with a vowel and one consonant. We want to add a suffix that starts with a vowel, so we have to double the consonant before we do that. Okay, two consonant insulation before the suffix that starts with a vowel. Complete the sentence. I like to skate on the ice. I want to be an ice, oops, I didn't need to rewrite that, an ice skater. So you should have skater. And notice that we use the word "an" here before ice skater because we always use "and" before a word that starts with a vowel. Underline the words that don't mean exactly what they say. I thought it would be hard to skate on ice, but it's a piece of cake. Okay, you should have underlined it's a piece of cake. This is an idiom. It doesn't really mean that skating is a piece of cake that you eat. It means that it's easy. It's a saying that we use. Many people think that tomatoes are vegetables. So many is spelled wrong. Should be M-A-N-Y. Peoples should be people. Tomatoes, you need an E-S, are vegetables. Okay, a tomato, notice how tomato is spelled, is a fruit because it has seeds. Okay, tomatoes are used in sandwiches, salads, and juices. Remember, we add ES to make something plural if a word ends in X, CH, SH or S already. Underline the adjectives and explain what an adjective does. Okay, adjectives, so we're going to underline them. Adjectives are words that describe nouns. So I like tomatoes because they are red and juicy and they are tasty too. And so these words are describing, red, juicy, and tasty are describing tomatoes. So to explain that, you can put they describe tomatoes or they describe nouns. All right, parts of speech. These should all be things that you know already. These should be review. Noun, names a person, place, or thing. Definitely should remember that. A pronoun takes the place of a noun. We talked about that the last couple weeks. He, she. A verb describes an action, or it can be a state of being. An adjective describes a noun, and an adverb tells when, where, or how often. Okay, it says write a word to complete each sentence. Write the name of the part of speech. The red-lipped batfish has what kind of lips? Red lips. So we are describing, this is a word that is describing a noun. Which one of these words describes a noun? That should be adjective. Okay. The ant called a panda ant looks like a panda bear. And a bear is a person, place, or thing, so that is a noun. Kiwi fruit is named kiwi because it looks like a furry brown kiwi bird. Okay, it, what is it describing? Which word is it taking the place of here in this sentence? Kiwi fruit is named kiwi because it's taking the place of kiwi fruit. Okay, so when you have a word that takes the place of, so up here you have a word that takes the place of a noun. Takes the place of a noun is a pronoun. So it here is a pronoun. A kangaroo has powerful legs that help it jump. Okay, and jump is an action. So that's going to be a verb. The tortoise moves and eats very slowly is what you probably put. And moves and eats are the verb. Slowly is describing the verb, and so that makes it an adverb. Okay, this was a really good review for you guys. This was a really good page maybe to bookmark and to go back and look at again. Write a sentence using at least 2 parts of speech from the box. It's impossible to write a sentence without using 2 parts of speech, so any sentence you have should be fine as long as it's a sentence. Go ahead and put a giant W-O-W here with an exclamation point to show me that you watched the video.